Welcome to the Recruiter Startup Podcast. My name's Dulta Doherty, and in this podcast series, I will be interviewing investors, advisors, entrepreneurs, and recruiters who are based all over the world, and we will be working out how to scale, set up, and operate a world-class recruitment company. So today, I thought I'd just give you some thoughts on some things that I see people doing a little wrong. The world has changed when it comes to recruitment. Markets are becoming more niche. You're having to become more of an expert in one specific space. Clients are outside of, this is contingent recruitment I'm speaking about. Clients are definitely becoming less loyal, and the whole thing has become more product driven. Now, I know you're saying, oh, but I've got relationships. Not all of you do, really, unless somebody's paying you a retainer up front, which I don't do. And most of you probably are running contingent-based businesses. So how can we run a desk in a way that means we're not completely a slave to our clients? So the first thing I think you have to do is pick a niche. So for the sake of this, let's say it's developers. And within that, there's a certain maybe it's Java developers or JavaScript developers for startups. And they're within a certain region. And they also have another language. So it's narrowed down so you can work out what the data set is. So you want to work out how many of those people sit within that. So it might be 2,000. Okay. What do you do then? Okay, you have to have a process of connecting, engaging, and getting in front or getting to speak to these candidates. And that means doing everything from LinkedIn to wherever they live on the other platforms and targeting them wherever you can. So once we've done that and we're engaging them, we want to work out who are the best. What is quality within this? What's the one thing that clients want? And when you figure that out and you get that person, you'll only get that from speaking to lots of them and from speaking to lots of clients. So this is by no means a way for you not to speak to anybody, because you need to understand your marketplace first. But when you have that piece of quality, the next thing we want to do, and we're probably doing it coincidentally, is mapping out the marketplace for the clients. Now, if there's 2,000 candidates, perhaps there's 100 clients that you're working off. And out of them, some of them, you might have 10 that you may really know. You may be in the game longer and have 30. And what I would suggest to do is to ABC them. So A, for your ones that you're working with consistently, B, people who'll take a call, take a resume, and C, completely cold. And you want to have a process where you're turning more of them into A's throughout. And you do that from sending them good product and making sure that you're adding value, whether that's through content or from giving them information or turning them into a candidate themselves. But that's key to building that piece. Okay, so now that you're in a process of working out who you're going to work with on your ABCs, you're bringing them product to market. The next thing we probably want to do is work out how many of these can we get exclusive or retained roles of. Now, I'm not a retained recruiter, but I have done it, and I always lean a bit more to the contingent side, just because I quite enjoy serving the candidate as much as possible, especially in super niche marketplaces. But if you are going to work a job and you're going to work it well, then you already have your data set of your 2,000 candidates. Out of that, you've probably identified a certain amount that can do it. So we're going to get to a process where we get a shortlist together. And in that shortlist, we want it always to be a bit of an upward step for the candidate, or at a minimum, a sideward step with some added benefits to them. Maybe that's location or whatever it is. So from there, then, you have a shortlist. So have a look at that shortlist and think, okay, these people are going to be moving jobs in the coming 3 months. So let's reverse engineer that, get on to whoever their boss is in a discreet manner, build a relationship, figure out how to do that. And then when that time comes, you'll know that they'll use you. Also, you can, in the background, start working vacancies that don't exist yet. So you can start be thinking, okay, this guy's definitely going to leave. This job is still a good job. It could just be a step up for somebody at a company that isn't quite as good as the one that you're approaching. So you want to be working out that, and that's called moving the marketplace. And remember, working all these shortlists will eventually bring in other jobs. And then you want to decide, okay, do I work all these jobs? Can I get somebody to help me? Am I qualifying these jobs right? And when you get to that, you can also have a framework in place to say, okay, well, look, this is what I do to work a job. I need exclusivity. I at least need it for a week. I need to know that it hits all these points so I know I can actually close this deal. And that's a whole other conversation. All right. So that is just a little process on how you map out a market and how you engage with people within it. And what you want to be thinking is, whenever you get a good candidate, then you know that you can send that person to 5 places. So you know that there's going to be a good amount of interview flow, and you also know that that's a good way to open up other vacancies. And you have to kind of communicate that with clients to say, look, I appreciate you're not hiring. Do you mind if I send you somebody from time to time that will absolutely change your business? All right, that's it from me today. And we'll have an amazing guest on tomorrow. And we're just going to keep the content coming. If you want me to speak about anything, or if you have any questions, hit me up. If you want to come on the podcast, please do hit me up. I'm interested in getting anybody who's got some good advice for recruiters to come on here. And yeah, hope you all have a fantastic day.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.